Hello, thank you for joining. I would like to to share two AI voice assistant that I find out with the Cloud Code. This one is a pretty smaller one comparing the others. You can see that it has only limited tools like it has some browser function or some small agent that will do the reading, file writing, or command execution. This video will discuss about how to set it up. First, after you download the GitHub repo, then you will see something like this, and then just change the permission of the setup, and then we will run the Python environment, the virtual environment, and that's also an easy one. I started with a clean Ubuntu. That's how to install the virtual environment of the Python and then activate it. Okay, now we have the virtual environment. Then we can activate it. Then we can start the setup. Then it will do install the tools and install the things. You can see that I also recording Android emulator because I will in some agent action it will ask you to do some file read or some approval or some things that you want to know. Also in this agent it includes some memory function, and it also includes some the file server function. So this mobile app will allow you to do the task approval. It will also allow you to browse or to fill the files on this agent. And also you can use this mobile app to check the long-term memory that it has been stored. This one is trying to make your life easier because during my development or try to use this application, this agent, I found that it can be a bit not user friendly because I ask it to seek my approval. Like whenever it will read some file, execute some file, or write some file. So I must somehow keep um, sitting in front of the computer. I append some new feature to this AI agent. So I use some voice model that is running locally, and then it will automatically detect what I'm speaking and then translate it into the prompt and then send it to the cloud server. So now this installation is complete. And then what next is that I will need to add my Anthropic API key. Let me pause the recording. Okay, so I'm back. I already put my API keys into the environment file, and then the next thing I need to do is to check the IP address of the of this agent. So I first install the tools and then check my IP. Okay, it's like 192 something. So let's open the mobile app, and then you can see there was some configuration there because I put it there already. And then by default the port is this 7845, just don't touch that. So now we can start the agent. And then you can see that right now if we simply start this agent, by default there is it will initialize the memory because in the at the very first I decided to have two kinds of memory. One is the short-term memory. The short-term memory is powered by a vector store, which is the chroma, and then the other one is a long-term memory, which is the Obsidian. So I put it in this way so that for any like short-term memory, then by default it will try to when it's addressing or try to fulfill a task, it will search the context about what we discussed so far, and in case it is confused or is not or the Shiba has no idea what's going on, you can ask it to search the memory and then catch up what we discussed. So let's enable this function. First, the mobile server, and then the ready. Okay, so now at this moment is doing some recording, listening what we are speaking. So right now I'm doing the recording, also sending my speaking um, into this agent. Then you can see that after it finishes the recording, it will try to load a whisper model. And at the same time, we can use our mobile app, and then we can do some tests. And then you can see that after you enable the dash mobile, then it should run a server at port 7845, and then you can see that it's now connecting. And then from here it will start polling to see if there is any like approval request or any action that requires our user approval. And then on the other hand, this is the page of the memory, but so far right now there's no long-term memory, so it's empty, but we will come back to here later. And then for this file, this one is not yet loading, is using a browser web view, but the server is not yet started, so we can ask it to start later on. But right now, at the very first start, when you talk to it or say anything to it, then it will it need to trick, and then it will trigger it to download the Whisper model. So what you can see is download the model.
You're recording audio and also sending/transcribing what you're speaking in real time. It sounds like you might be testing a voice recording or speech-to-text setup. Is there something specific you'd like me to help with regarding the recording? For example, transcribing the audio, processing or analyzing the recorded speech, saving notes from what's being said. Something else entirely? Let me know how I can assist. Studio microphone.
So you can see that it's now detecting our voice. Okay, Shiba, can you check your code base and then start your file server at port 1990? So you can see that it will search the memory about the context that we are not talking.
Directory yet. Could you point me to where your codebase is located? For example, is it in a specific folder like /projects, /code, or somewhere else? Or do you mean my own ShibaAgentAssistant codebase? Once I know the path, I'll navigate to it and spin up a file server on port 1990 right away.
Yes, I mean your own ShibaAgentAssistant codebase. And you can see that it will ask for the approval, then it will prompt it. And then we can click it, line a notification, and then approve it. And then see now it's trying to run it in the background. And during the setup, it will need to create a new folder. So let's approve it.
Green Circle file server is up and running. Local asterisk, http://127.0.0.1:1990, http://127.0.0.1:1990. Network asterisk, http://192.168.127.132:1990, http://192.168.127.132:1990. Serving files from */Shiba/server_files. The Shiba file manager is live on port 1990. You can access it in your browser right now.
Very nice. Now the file server is running. But Shiba, can you somehow remember yourself that because right now we are using the voice to talk to each other, can you do not use any bullet point, do not use any emoji, and put it as in your long-term memory as my user preference?
Save to long-term memory. Going forward, I will always respond in plain conversational prose, no bullet points, no emojis, since we are talking through voice.
So you can see that up to here, we can see that it is putting our preference in the long-term memory. So in the real usage, you can ask it, to ask it to, know the user preference every time it start, then it will answer in the terms you like. And then also, there's some feature that is being tested, but I found that it's consuming a lot of tokens, so I don't know. So it's up to you to decide use it or not. So I also asked it to build a Firefox extension. So you can ask it to load the Firefox extension that this agent can control the browser. So get the Shiba folder and then browser extension. Then you can find the manifest JSON. So after that, load it. Then you should find that it is disconnected. So now let's start the agent again. Hey Shiba, do you still remember what we discussed so far?
You mentioned that you were doing some recording and sending what you were speaking in real time, which sounded like a voice or speech-to-text setup. Then you asked me to remember that we communicate through voice, and to always respond in plain prose without bullet points or emojis. I saved that as a long-term preference in my memory, and as you can see, I'm already following it right now. That's pretty much where we left off. Anything you'd like to continue or pick up from there?
Nothing. Can you start a new conversation? Okay, now we start a new conversation. Can you open the Firefox browser and then go to YouTube and then search some lo-fi music for me?
The WebSocket server is now running, but the Firefox browser extension isn't connected yet. Could you open Firefox and make sure the Shiba browser extension is active? Once it connects, I'll be able to search YouTube for lofi music right away.
Yes, I have loaded the browser agent. Please check it again.
I tried a ton of AI work tools. Then I tried Monday.com. Game over.
So although this is a pretty dirty demo, but because my account using is not premium, so there will be some, some advertisement that you click skip and things like that. But if you're using a
YouTube is
premium
now
account,
open and playing the Lofi Girl Lofi Hip Hop Radio Books Beats to Relax/Study to live stream, which currently has 26,000 people listening. It's a popular choice for relaxing or studying. The stream is live and should be playing Lofi music for you. Enjoy the chill beats.
uh, where were we? Yes. So if you're using a premium account, then there will be no advertisement, or if you are using any, some plugin, what's that? Then there will be that it will automatically play the music. So this one is a clean machine, so there's no such account or the plugin there. But you will get it if you set it properly using some premium account or some some browser extension to do something magical. So yeah, and then this is one thing, and then from here that you can see that it can understand and read the page. It will understand is live, and also how many some real time audience there, so it can read the page. But the is the disadvantage is that it will use quite a lot of token. So I tune it that if we are asking to do some search, then it will by default using the Google Search API or DuckDuckGo instead of using the browser to do search. And then one last thing you will see that when you're doing all these things, it will not ask you for the approval, because I found that it will do quite a lot of action. So I ask it not to do not to prompt me any approval for those browser action or the YouTube things. And then one last thing, in the README, you can see that there's some notes about like digest, some cron drop. So because right now, for this agent, there are two memory system. One is the long term, and then one is the short term memory. So I put it. I would suggest that I put a cron drop there, so that it will do digest, every day, and then put it in the long-term memory. So in this digest, you will just simply, read or read all the entries in the vector store, and then based on those entries, it will do some digestion and then write a diary in the Obsidian. So in the concurrent setup, you should able to find the faults in your home, your user account Shiba, and then the documents, and then inside there you can find all those long-term memories things here, and then also the diary should be put in, in these notes. So on the mobile, you can keep checking what topic you discuss with the Shiba agent, and also you can know that what is the long-term memory that has been stored in the agent. Then you can ask it to read that memory and then do any task you want. So I would say that the more you talk with it and then ask it to put it in the long-term memory, then it can serve you better. But again, this is a very lightweight agent. So I would say that this is kind of you can change it or modify it per your request, and then you can also ask it to build the tools or build any features that you want to make your life easier. So it is all your control, and this is pretty easy to set up. The only difficult part is you may need to pay for the info for the Claw API key. But if you have a very powerful machine that hosting a local LLM, then you can use it too. But unluckily, I don't have such kind of money. So yeah, and then this is what I want to share. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you enjoy using this voice Shiba agent. Thank you.